Hi, welcome to Humor is Cheaper Than Therapy podcast. This is Shelley, the middle daughter, and I'm joined by my sisters Kelly and Margot and our mom Terry. We are not doctors or therapists. We are simply ordinary women who happen to be related and have fun spending time together laughing and talking. We hope you enjoy listening to our casual conversations as we discuss the ups and downs of normal life, hopefully with a lot of laughter peppered in. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody's here. Woohoo!
Yay!
Hi, I'm
Hello,
in Luther,
everyone.
Montana.
You are at the cabin, huh?
I am at the cabin.
I'm in my living
I'm
room.
at the office. And I'm at my home office / craft table. And it's killing me not to craft instead of work, I tell you that.
Oh, sure.
I
Yeah,
have
your work-
crocheted.
Margot, you crocheted?
Yeah, well, this weekend at home, I crocheted so many doilies because that was going to be what I was going to decorate the church with, was pretty colorful doilies with a mason jar of fresh flowers in it, on top of it, you know?
Pretty.
Oh.
Guess what? No more church.
Right.
So,
Oh.
For now.
for now.
Well, we do have church online, and everyone is welcome to join us. We can all go
Yeah,
to
our church is
together.
doing that also.
Oh, cool.
Yes, we can. We could podcast while at church.
We
Okay.
could.
Yeah. So,
So
does
how is
anybody
everybody
know when
coping
social
with, you know-
distancing? I just want to know when it's
going
going
to
to be
a
over.
while. It's going to be a while.
Well, this
Well,
is not good because your dad wants to
it'll
come in
be
the house.
over.
Don't let him in. Do not.
You guys are so slow. Okay.
We got it.
We got it immediately. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I got it.
And I posted that actually on Facebook a couple days ago.
Yes, you did.
You're welcome.
Well, that's why I
Oh,
put him
my goodness.
outside. I thought I was supposed to put him outside.
You are, yes. Leave him out there. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So
If
Does
I
anybody-
if I still work, will that annoy everybody?
yes, because you won't be engaged in the conversation. Mom made that rule a while back.
If I can't crash, you can't work.
I'm just sitting here staring at all of the lines going back and forth. Like
And if we just told Shelley she can't craft.
no crafting.
I didn't tell her she couldn't craft.
So Kelly, how is the trucking business so far? You still doing okay?
So
You're
far,
still
so good.
essential? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be essential because we truck food. And, you know,
Right.
we've been
Yes.
doing medical supply backhauls from some of the coasts, things like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll be essential.
Thank goodness.
Whether or not personally I'll be essential, you know, and if we had a meeting today and if one of us, we have 7 of us in the building every day. It's a big building. We're not like elbow to elbow or next to each other even, but we do have to interact. If anybody gets it, we've talked about, you know, we'll have to quarantine and they can dispatch from home, but it's a matter of getting the drivers their dispatch paperwork and things like that. So we're working through the best we
Yeah.
can.
So, question that I have is, do your truckers see a delay at getting their trucks filled and back on the road, like at the warehouse level?
Somewhat. The biggest thing is they can no longer go into the facilities. They can only go to the guard shacks, but most of the people that we haul for have also accommodated with things like putting satellite bathrooms out in the yard for the guys and things like that. Although I'm told that some of them aren't being cleaned very well, but you know.
Well, yeah, because I know they closed down all the rest areas.
Yes, and that's been an issue. But I've also been told, and this is on a positive note, that many of them are being recognized as they're driving down the road from other people, you know, commuters, waving at them, honking at them, and encouraging them.
Oh,
that's
well, that's
nice.
good.
Keep bringing that toilet paper.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Shelley found a whole pallet of toilet paper this weekend.
I finally scored some toilet paper. I didn't buy a pallet, but I found a pallet that was just being brought out, and I was never so happy. I wasn't out yet, but I was dangerously close. And I'm like, wait a second. I literally need toilet paper here.
Margot will crochet.
We're gonna
you
be
some.
okay. Well, I could crochet my own.
I can crochet some toilet paper.
You know, we've had a lot of conversations around that, and most people have a bathroom that's in the same room as a tub and or shower. So worst case scenario is, you know,
you can take care of
Wash
business
off
without
the
toilet
stuff.
paper. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I've never been so jealous of those people that have a bidet in my life.
Oh, my
But
neighbor
here's
has one.
the
I'm going to
problem
go
that
over and
I
use it.
have with the problem. Here's the problem I have with the bidet, right? Okay. It sprays. And when water sprays, it splashes and
Yeah,
becomes
that I didn't
airborne.
know how they work. Well, we don't
So
want that.
no, we don't want that. We don't want it spraying. I told my husband,
Mm.
I said, if worst comes to worst, for number one, we can use rags. And for number two, we have
Mhm.
to count the sheets. You only get 10 sheets. That's it.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No. We have a
that reminds me.
4-sheet rule.
What?
4-sheet rule.
4-sheet
Well,
rule.
you can use 4 and then 4 again. No?
No.
Oh,
No?
you guys,
Not.
well,
Do what you
while
must.
Sharia was here,
Oh.
do what you must. While Sharia and the kids were here is when I was like, well, we've still got a couple rolls, but I can't find any. So at one point I just happened to say, well, I'm using 1 or 2 less squares per visit. And she was like, ooh, that's a good idea. And then poor little Rosie, she probably has no idea what happened, but her mom saw her pull like it was the Wheel of Fortune. she hollered at her, and poor Rosie was like, oh, she had no idea. But it was just when she told me, it was so funny. Oh, the things
Oh.
we just take for granted.
It's here we are in the biggest catastrophe that I have lived through in my 71 years. And we're laughing at toilet paper. We're good. We're good.
You've got to find the things to laugh about.
Dave and I had a conversation about all the institutionalized supplies, all the businesses that need toilet paper. Now they have no workers there. What's happening with all of that? All of those supplies, the food, the paper products. Well, our local grocery store has single institutionalized wrapped rolls of toilet paper for sale now. Big ones,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Right.
Mhm. And we found
Well,
like
interesting.
I believe
They
our
had-
Jacob is ordering stuff on the institutional side from a friend, but not toilet paper.
that's
It's hand sanitizer.
good thing he's got a friend, because that is very difficult to find.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
saw a story recently that a manufacturer of some sort of spirits is making hand sanitizer.
Yes.
Oh, yes. One of our local breweries here that makes spirits, not just beer, but spirits as well, is now utilizing the alcohol they make into cleaners and sanitizers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anheuser-Busch is making hand sanitizer.
Really?
Okay. Yes. Sorry, Kelly. There goes the beer.
Well,
Oh.
isn't that cool though?
Yes.
That they're doing these things? That is so amazing. And I've also heard a story, and I talked to a gal at work who's doing this as well. People who are sewing masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're making masks. That's so cool.
Yeah. And a lot of the companies, like the automobile companies and other big manufacturers, are stopping their mass production of their product and switching to whatever is in need and whatever it is that they can do. Like Ford is not making cars anymore. Now they've switched to making ventilators.
Yes, I saw that today. That's amazing.
Isn't that something?
That's incredible.
Wow. Well, here's
Yeah.
hoping none of us need one.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right? Yes.
I don't-
I just saw this morning on the news that there was this 23-year-old yoga instructor. So she's fit, she's healthy, she has no underlying health problems, and she was diagnosed and she ended up in the hospital on a ventilator. She, thank goodness, recovered,
Oh my goodness.
but she still has no sense of smell. She still has, I can't remember all the myriad of things that she still has wrong with her, but there was a 23-year-old woman who was in peak health who
Right.
was hospitalized. And then you have other people who do have underlying medical conditions that do test positive, but they're fine.
And they never become ill. It's unbelievable. You got to wonder what factors are in place that decide who gets really sick and who doesn't.
The loss of smell
Mhm.
just flabbergasts me.
Well, I saw a doctor talking about that, and he said it's a respiratory illness. You just like when you have a cold, you're going to lose those senses, the taste and smell,
But hers is
Okay.
gone
and that it
afterwards.
does come back after. Well,
Yeah, she's still recovering, but yeah, she still to this
Oh.
day does not have, and it's been 2 weeks, I think.
hopefully it comes back. That would be really awful.
Oh,
If that's the worst she
Mhm.
loses,
Yeah.
My goodness.
she's
My
okay.
goodness.
If
It
she's
is,
for
married, it's
sure.
nice to lose
That's
her
for
sense of
sure.
smell because those boys can really.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, oh, no comment. I am married to an Italian. Oh, PU. He's lucky he's cute.
There you go.
Oh, goodness. So, Mom, you are isolated. That is awesome. You need to stay there. You need to
Yes.
stay at the cabin.
I've
Yes.
been here since Saturday.
It's going to
and
be,
yeah.
yep.
And I have been in.
It's
I
going to be a
left
few
work,
more weeks.
I think I left like 11:30 on Monday last week, and I stayed in my home after that, and then we came up here, and I've not seen any people contact wise except Margot and Jason for a minute when they brought me my produce, and the internet people that we have here and came to put a new antenna on, and she came in my back door, and I said to Steve, she can go downstairs. Hell. And get over there with
Wash
the
your door
Clorox.
handles.
I'm serious. I didn't
Yep.
know I was
Yes.
paranoid until that happened.
But thankfully, she was there to get you connected so you could be here with us today.
Yes. And that's the fact. It was bad.
So I have a question. When Margot and Jason bring you produce, is it like a hostage exchange? You just leave it on the porch or shove it through the door? How does that work? There's no contact, right?
Well, they did come in the
there
house.
was no contact. We kept our distance, and I put the produce on the table, and then
We did
I told my
we looked
husband
at
to
my
handle
plant.
Yes, I did look at her
That was
plant
it.
in the
What's
same
wrong
room
with her
her.
plant? Is there
Well,
a plant
nothing when
problem?
I left. No, nothing was wrong when I left.
Her herbs needed tending, and so she was explaining to me how she wanted them tended.
Gotcha.
Important.
It's not that
Very
kind
good.
of herb.
Very
It's
important.
basil and rosemary. And then there's Uncle's plant.
Well, that's what-
Oh yes, Uncle had to be tended.
Oh, Uncle's plant?
Yes, I have an Uncle plant.
Yes, one that we got from the funeral.
Gotcha.
No, actually I gave it to him when he was in the nursing home the first time.
Oh,
Okay. Suddenly I had a thought like, is he in there? Like, did you put
Oh.
ashes in there? I was freaking out a little bit.
Everyone has asked me that. What do you mean, Uncle? What do you mean, Uncle?
Well, yeah.
no.
Nope.
Uncle still lives in his spot at Auntie's house. He still lives in his spot. Yep.
So we have to clarify something from last time. Margot is not my stepsister. Margot is my half sister. Shelley is my full sister. Shelley and Margot and I are all your daughter. Shelley and Margot are Dad's daughter, and I'm his stepdaughter.
Wow.
Okay.
There you go.
That's
Can you
all
say that
factual and
again?
accurate.
What?
Because we were inaccurate when we said I was Margot's
You were
stepsister, and I didn't like
inaccurate.
that. I didn't like that. And
That's
not your
true.
stepsister.
Oh.
That's true.
And
You
I don't
know,
really consider
we
myself
don't
Dad's
think that
stepdaughter,
way.
but if you gotta be
No.
right, if you gotta
No.
be technical.
Got to be technical.
That's why it was weird to even talk about because I don't think of us as having different fathers or anything. So,
Right.
I just feel like we're sisters, period.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I never think when you say those things, those words, I think, what?
Yeah, that's
But-
not my family.
After re-listening to last time, I was like, oh, I need to clarify that.
I was going to say, I was looking at my telephone here just for a brief little second. It was sitting here. And Chrissy is saying things like she's listening in. How's that happening?
No, she's not.
Okay.
I think she said in Messenger she can't wait to listen in.
Oh, okay. Okay. But then
Pretty
it came
sure
to that.
that's what she
Oh, yeah. Then we were talking about selfies, and she sent me a thing and said, study up.
Right. And that's
That
in
was for
everybody.
me.
I'm seeing that
Yeah.
as well.
That was for
Yep.
me.
Yeah,
She's
that's
telling her.
yeah. So Kelly will take a selfie. Take
We're
it with
not
your
using
dog.
my-
Then it's not a selfie.
We're
Yeah,
not
we
using
just
my
wanna see
selfie for
ya.
anything. Never. Oh my
And there you
Okay.
go. That is why I take no selfies. I don't like
When we're
pictures
all
of me.
together, we will take a picture together that we can post with our stuff so people know who
Mhm.
we are.
There
Yep,
we
it'll
go.
be our odd icon or whatever. Yep.
Or
we
could
need
have
to get Shreya to do it.
Yep, we could have Shreya actually put us all together from a selfie. She's pretty smart.
Totally.
Mhm.
Totally.
She is.
Do you remember when you were kids and you would say totally?
Kelly,
Yeah. Yes. Now I say
What's-
totally.
there it is.
It's much better.
She's got her fun words for that. What is that called? What kind of word is totally? Like grammatically speaking.
Hold on.
Google.
It's a
Hold
verb.
on.
It's
Google
an
Master, can
action.
you tell?
Well, it's
is
not
it?
really an action word, so it's not a verb.
But is it a? It's a descript. No, it's not a descriptive word. It's not an
Is
adjective.
it an adjective? No.
Right.
It could be used. It could
No.
be used. No.
It's used
It's got to be a
to-
verb.
It's used to
Wait.
emphasize, totally right. So emphasize another or a concept.
We're waiting on the
It is
Google
a-
Master.
Totally is an adverb.
It's an adverb.
It's an adverb.
Sure, it's
Okay.
a
No,
description.
I never
descriptive
got
word.
those adverbs.
Me either.
There's the writer.
And I only brought it
there.
up. Yeah, she's the Google Master. Oh, Kelly's the writer. Yes. So I only brought up the words Kelly uses, totally, and things like that, because she's got fun words for the adverbs, and I've got what I would call fun words for the swear words.
You do.
Oh, we don't have to swear.
I do.
You don't know how hard it is for me to say, why the F not?
Yeah, but also you also have to remember that I remember growing up and being taught this. It doesn't matter what word you use, it matters why you're saying that word.
Yep. It's the intention behind it. I mean, you could say marshmallow with, intending to say a naughty word, and it's got the same effect.
Case in point, my children,
But-
when they were little, were not allowed to call each other names. There was no dummy. There was no stupid. There was no name calling allowed. So you know what they did? Called each other licorice. You licorice. Wasn't a bad word. They found a way.
But they meant it in a bad way.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And believe me, when I say nut burgers, that's not what I'm thinking.
Right?
Nut burgers.
When I say son of a biscuit.
Oh, and I say sugar biscuits.
Yep.
I say jingle bells.
Yes, you do.
Mom does
That's a
say
cute
jingle
one. But
bells.
that's the cat, isn't that the cat?
I
Yep.
did name my cat Jingle Bells, and if you ever met my cat, you would know why she's named Jingle Bells.
Well, I think we've met her, but she's very reclusive when we're there.
Elusive.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She hates me. The cat hates me. I don't know why I ever did.
All cats
She
hate me.
hates everyone.
Don't they,
She
Shell?
doesn't hate
All cats
Riley.
hate me.
She loves Riley.
They do, Cal.
Well, Tic Tac loves Riley, but Jingle Bells,
Oh.
she only has purrs for her daddy. Yep.
Oh,
Mhm.
cute.
Isn't that funny how animals have
Good
She's
stuff.
old.
personalities?
She's like 13.
Totally.
Animals have personalities. Absolutely, they do.
Absolutely. Even cats.
Yes, yes, they do. And the cats will like me in person. They'll rub up. They'll take my pets and everything. Let me walk out of the room and they'll pee on my stuff.
All cats secretly despise Kelly. It's the weirdest thing. We could have a cat that has never, ever gone to the bathroom in the house. And for some reason, her clothes, there's something about Kelly that they don't like.
And oh, get this. I loaned a shirt to Brian. It was washed, folded in the drawer.
Yep.
And it was
I
was
washed it.
unseasonably
I folded
warm.
it.
And Brian wore it home. Oh, I thought it was on the floor in the laundry pile after he wore it.
You're right. Yes. You're
Yes.
absolutely right, Cal.
Because it was the day after you guys went home, you went to work and you came home, and that entire pile, small pile, whatever, on top of the rug of laundry was
Yep.
soaked with cat urine.
Just the shirt.
Oh, I thought it was, you had to throw the
shirt
rug away
was-
too.
Yes, but it was just the shirt that she peed on. It was the weirdest thing.
And
Not
more than
anything
once,
else
you
in the
said.
pile.
What does that say about you,
But it was
Kelly?
in my cat at my house.
My
Yeah, or
God.
something. I wonder if it's like the water, because you have well water. My cat didn't. I don't know. I want to come up with a reason,
Yeah, but even the cats I had in my home peed on my stuff. No one else's. But if
Yeah.
I left something on the floor in the
Right, right.
bathroom, that's why there are no cats at my house. Period.
Exactly. You can't. You can't.
Mm-mm.
No, they
Nope.
don't like you.
And that's the worst smell. Cat urine.
Yes, it is.
It's worse than
It's
being in a
pretty
cow
bad.
barn.
It's pretty bad. But I've missed my kitty cats. I love cats. I can't wait. Brian and I are counting down the days. Once we
don't
get a
dislike-
house.
What's the
we
pro-
can get a
Don't
cat.
dislike
What's
cats.
going on with your move? Is there a
Well,
move in
COVID-19. First of all,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but I had my salary reduced by 20% this week
what?
Oh, no.
because
Why?
business has taken a dive big time because business is
Oh.
down. And now we heard this week too that our major manufacturer is shut down for the next 3 weeks. That means nothing's happening. So I'm just hoping our company makes it.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, not spending any money. And like I just said to Brian, well, we don't have to move. We didn't give our notice or anything yet. Our lease is good till December. So it's in God's hands and we will wait and see
Yeah.
and pinch pennies.
That's what this time is. We have to just ride it out. I know the president said he wants everything back up and running by Easter.
Not going to happen.
Well, has America even hit its peak yet? I don't know.
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to know if we've ever hit the peak.
Well, they're watching it in the other countries where it is, kind of running its course. The problem though is new people keep getting infected. And I have touched base with Joshua because he's at the epicenter in New
Oh,
York and
yes.
they are staying quarantined and he's being very safe. And his girlfriend, her family's in Italy and that's been scary, but they're all safe too. Everybody's okay. Everybody's
Amen.
okay right now.
Whoa,
Mhm.
didn't even think of that.
Ugh, I did.
Here's-
Also, Jacob's wife's family is in Brazil.
Brazil.
And he
Yeah.
Right.
yes, and you haven't heard much about Brazil because he's saying we're blowing it out of proportion. It's an election thing, and so people will die. Oh yeah,
The president, yeah.
because
Okay.
Brazil.
I asked her to translate his message for me, and she told me he's a dumb person. Don't want to swear, but the bottom side of a person.
Good job, Mom.
He's the dumb bottom, and so it's really nice because she can translate that stuff for me.
That is nice. Here's the thing, guys. So I've been listening to some of the modeling plans or things that they've done. The reason they are trying to keep people home is because we don't have the medical resources to take care of everybody when they get sick. So this is
Exactly.
we are going to have a big bout of it right now. Everyone's staying home, and it's going to happen again 2 or 3 more times as we move back into normal life. Yeah. So, Mom, you might want to be at the cabin for next 18 months or so.
I'll see you in September, Kelly.
I'm
no,
hoping.
I'm not going over. I'm not going home until it's done, and it's going to make me cry now because I feel really bad because I can't help Margot at the office.
Oh,
But I'm not.
we got it.
And I just thought of something. So our governor just signed a no eviction deal,
Yeah.
whatever,
Mhm.
yesterday.
Mhm.
hmm
So
Right.
nobody here can be evicted whether they pay their rent or not or their mortgage. Yay. And people are going to take advantage of that. We all know there are people who will. I personally
No.
will not
Mhm.
unless I don't have the money to pay it. But that's going to affect you guys. I forgot about that. Didn't even
Yeah,
dawn
we're
on me
considered
until
an
we're talking
essential
right now.
business. Yeah, housing is an essential business. We have to stay open.
Yeah.
Now, truthfully, in truth,
Right.
we can
Absolutely.
stay open with just family, and we can sequester Margot in the office because there is a kitchen and a shower and a toilet, so we can put her there.
That's what I told Jason last night. I said, if one of us gets it, I said, then the other person is going to go live either in a vacant unit or at the office because that's
Yep.
just the way it's going to be.
That's just smart, is what it is.
Right.
Mhm.
And our
You can
family's pretty
FaceTime,
resilient. Kelly,
Yes.
we could go bankrupt over this. We could. However, we don't. I'm not going to say we don't care because that's not the truth. We would put a lot of people out of work, but we know we can plant a seed and start over. We're not.
Right.
We're resilient. Our family is resilient.
Yes. And Mom, also, you could go bankrupt, but that in the grand scheme, if we're all alive, who stinking cares?
Exactly.
If money
Yes.
is your only problem, you don't have problems. You can always make more money. Yes, it'll be hard, but so what? Hard is good.
And
It builds character.
that is the mentality of our family. We will survive this. And
Right.
when they talk about
Darn
the
right.
economy and people losing their jobs, I feel bad for those people, but I know there's another way.
Well, and the big talk with a lot of people I speak with is how their 401s have tanked and how this has happened. And that was even brought up in our work meeting today. We did sit 6 feet apart, by the way, in our conference room. But to me,
I wanna say
said,
something
I looked
about
at it and I
that.
said, you know what? I never had the money in my hand, whatever it is. I just don't look at the statement because I can't do anything about it.
No, exactly. And that's what makes us different. We'll fix the stuff we can fix. We'll do what we can do.
Right. Now,
And we'll
will Dave and
persevere.
I starve? We won't starve. We got
Nah.
Bambi walking through the backyard every day, you know?
Nah, we're not going to starve. No,
You want
you're
to
not going
arrest
to
me? They
starve.
won't throw me in jail. They're releasing them, so I should be fine.
I know in Brazil, I was talking about Brazil earlier. A whole bunch of them escaped because they couldn't have visitors.
heard that
Jacqueline is
too.
like making crazy about this. She's like, oh my God, these people are nuts.
My heart breaks for the people in the hospitals and the nursing home. And I'm going to share a story from somebody that I know, and I'm not going to say names, and I'm not going to say where I know this person from. This person had been informed at Christmas time that they were going to be a grandparent again. And the children, you know, and they're in their 30s, whatever, went in to have a visit. And the baby has spina bifida, but not only spina bifida, water on the brain, and 0% chance of survival. Now,
Oh,
I
my
know
goodness.
spina bifida is, I mean, I got 2 nephews with that, but there's no judgment from me. Anyway, water on the brain, I don't know anything about. They were told there's 0 chance of survival. These are Christian people, so I have to go with it. So yesterday, the couple had to go have a procedure done. He had to drop her off and go somewhere else designated for him to wait. They couldn't even be together. That
Because
broke,
of this virus?
yes, that broke my
Oh
heart
my gosh.
because she had to go into the hospital and only patients can go in. Broke my heart.
I'm so sorry, Kelly.
That's tough. That's tough.
Very tough, you know, and the person I know would have been the grandparent, and they were having a real hard time dealing with it as well because who wouldn't? Really, who wouldn't?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I for sure would as a
It's
grandmother.
devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Very rough.
And you know, we're all gonna ride this storm out together, and it's unprecedented. Really, no one in our lifetime has seen anything really like this.
Right.
You know, the only thing that's kind of comparable to this is when you're talking about hurricanes and floods and those types of things, those communities, tornadoes, those communities that get decimated. But that's only a small, minute fraction
Right.
that gets affected by it. And now the whole country is being affected by it.
The whole
And
world.
The
we're,
world.
yeah. And we don't know how this is going to play out and how long this is going to take and what is going to affect. The world's not going to run out of food. We might run low on toilet paper, but the world's not going to run out of
Margot's
food.
got
We're
us
not
covered
going
with that.
to have to, you know, we're not going to have to, you know, resort to, you know, breaking apart our entertainment center to burn it for firewood, you know. We're going
Right.
to I believe and I know that we have a good infrastructure that we're going to be able to ride this out. It's just a matter of how we all as individuals react to it.
Mhm.
What is our
Agreed.
reaction to it? Yeah.
I think
what
it's a
I'm gonna
blessing
say
that
is
we
law.
haven't heard, and we haven't heard a lot of it, that there's not been looting and the shenanigans people can do. And I used a nice word, Shell.
Yay, Kelly.
I do think that it's just a matter of time before that stuff starts happening because people are very bored, but I'm praying it doesn't. I'm praying people are scared enough and willing enough to do their part to ride through this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comparing this to what my parents went through during the Depression. They had no idea that the world was going to go into that.
Okay.
And it was horrible. And it's very similar, only this kills
Sure,
people.
didn't the Dust Bowl happen at the same time, Mom, when the Depression happened? Isn't that part of
Yes.
why
Around-
it happened?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think
horrible.
They were
You have to be a survivor. You have to be a survivor.
Yep, you
I
have
just
to have the
texted your father.
resilience. You've got to push through and keep on going and knowing that, hey, this isn't the end. You know, this too shall pass. We've got to keep pushing through.
Mm-hmm. This is just a season. It's just a season, and seasons change.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just had this crazy thought because, I listen to podcasts and all of them are true crime. And I listened to one about the whole Jim Jones thing. And I just had a thought, how many of those kind of crazy things are going to start happening where people take it that it's biblical? And I don't know, maybe it is, because if you read the book of
It feels
Revelations,
like a plague.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's global. It's not like
something
it's just affecting.
we need to consider that.
But I'm just, wow, how many people are going to start taking that and going off on that deep end?
This makes me
Mhm.
question, Mom, I've had that book for a while, The Great Influenza, and I haven't read it. Do you remember how many people died during that?
150
Was that-
Was it
million.
What?
1918.
Yeah, I was going to say it happened in 1918.
Yeah,
I don't remember how many died. Google Master.
I have been just talking to someone about that book, and I said, I think Shelley has that, but I'll have to check with her.
I have it.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
was.
People compare that, but they didn't have the technology we have today.
Right.
I couldn't
No,
believe what they said. A
right.
third of the world or something died. I might be quoting
It
that wrong.
says anywhere between 17 million and 50 million. Holy
Mhm.
guacamole. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole. Good
Mm-hmm.
cuss word there, Shelley.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But I certainly have a press to read that book again or now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they say that the
Fascinating.
pandemic of 1918, the Great Influenza, was the H1N1 virus, is when that
Okay.
virus reared its ugly head.
Okay.
Oh.
So that makes me wonder how many died of H1N1.
Well, which we just had
I only
a few
know
years
one
back.
person that actually got that personally.
You remember that, Mom, when then a couple years ago we had a couple people in our church passed away.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Jackie had
Yeah.
H1N1
Jackie.
shortly after she moved here, I think.
My
Here's
Jackie?
Jackie.
Yes.
Oh.
Jackie
Ask her
Kendall?
about it.
What?
Yeah.
Really? How did I not know that? Whoa, what? Huh. Okay.
What?
She probably
So Margot,
said I
what
had
you're
the
saying
flu.
is so Margot, what did you just say?
A couple years ago, we had a couple elderly people in our church pass away, got sick and passed away.
From H1N1?
I can't say
don't
for
know
sure
if
if it's
I ever-
H1N1, but I just remember that a few years ago, gosh, 5 years ago or 6 years ago now, there was like 3.
2009 is what I thought. Okay.
That's-
Yeah, there was like 3 of people from our church that passed away. There's that one lady that passed away, and you and Jason and Dad went down to her funeral down at the Crow.
That was Jamesy
James,
or
no, not
Beldine.
Jamesy.
Beldine.
Beldine. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
She got sick in the hospital.
Yes.
She had yes. Oh, she was so sweet.
She had health problems, and yeah. Yeah, and I remember you 3 went down to pay respects at her funeral. Yeah. And then there was 2 other people in our congregation that passed away right around that same time.
Yeah, Sharon and Jamesy both died around the same
Yeah.
time.
Well,
Mhm.
I have no problem social distancing. I go to work. I come home. I stop at the grocery store. I go nowhere else. I don't go to Target. I don't go to Walmart. I go nowhere else. 3 places I
Kelly,
go. Been doing that for years.
I
so
want
I'm
you
good.
I want to make sure that you have things to clean your hands and stuff when you've been in the grocery store. And I'm not even joking. You should have wipes in your car. You should wipe everything down and your hands. You can get it from the person
Okay.
at the grocery store.
Yes, you can. I don't go there often. My husband does.
It doesn't have to
You
be
need-
often. It just has to be one time when you're in the right place with the right person Or I guess the
I
wrong
didn't
place with the wrong person.
Right.
be uber diligent. I don't want to lose one person from this. We can't go to
Ditto.
your funeral, Kelly. Dang it.
Right?
No,
No
Christy
funerals.
said they now cannot have any people together over 3 down in South Carolina.
Oh,
Groups of 3,
3.
no more.
Holy
3.
cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our
Good thing
governor just said 10.
we were at 8, or were they at 8? I think we're at 8.
We're at 10. At least we were on Sunday because
Yeah.
we still, of course, the worship team still met before, to play for service.
Sure.
And I was very excited because I could go because my husband plays the drums, and I was very excited. And then we got the text that said, no, worship members only. We can only have 10 people in the building at one time.
Wow.
And I was very
Yeah.
sad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now
I know that
I'm
our governor just made another statement tonight.
I'm a bit concerned about the base where
Of course
Riley
I'm-
is. They have no cases where Riley is on base. However, people do come and go that live off base. I get concerned because that's a very confined area.
Right.
It is, but I have no concerns with my son being where he is at. None at all.
Okay.
And I've talked about this with my husband. I said, Riley's in the Air Force. He's on base. He is going to be safe and protected and will be doing what he needs to do to keep us all protected. And our other son is here with us. So I feel very confident in the safety of both my children.
That's awesome.
You are the only
Kelly will take
sister
care
that
of the
has
ones.
children near her.
No, but we'll take care of your children, Kelly. The best we can. Jackie's just like her
Oh,
mother.
yeah.
She'll do what she wants.
Well, right now she's at home taking care of infants and a preteen.
Does she still have to do visits and everything?
No.
I am not certain.
The one child who is going to be reunified with her parents finished up, I believe, any of her visits and counseling last week, because I was surprised that she was still taking, but because they're working on this reunification, that happened. Maybe it was yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because
Jackie's had
Saturday
a
she
rough
leaves, and
week.
she leaves Saturday with her mom for South Dakota. So we need to pray for her.
Mhm.
And it breaks my heart
Mhm.
that I can't hug her and I can't go see her to say goodbye. So I'm going to try and do a FaceTime or something.
Yes.
Well, yeah, have Jackie do a video call.
It's the best.
Ooh,
you
that's
know,
perfect.
you got to do what you can.
Yeah.
Well, I just want her to know that we love her
we're
while
in
she was here.
unprecedented times, and we have to ebb and flow. And as long as the parental unit will let us have contact, we'll continue to have as much contact as is allowed, just like with all the other chitlins that
All the
Jackie
little
has taken care of. Yeah.
Of
I was just
all of
thinking
my
that
children, of all of my children, I never expected Jackie to be a foster parent, much less all these kiddos. She's had them from 3 days old to 18 years old. It's crazy.
You have no idea how good she is at it. She is fabulous.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, see, and I see the opposite of you. Of all your children, the only one that I could have seen take this path would be Jackie.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mhm.
I can tell you
I've never
this,
seen
that
anybody with that much patience.
it has been incredible for mine and Jackie's relationship. So I'm not complaining. I think she's doing a fabulous job. And I'm thrilled at how it's changed our relationship.
Good.
Yep.
That's good. Good.
Okay, we need to talk funny stuff now. Who's got a funny story?
A little too much COVID. Yeah.
Too
I
much
don't know.
serious stuff.
We laughed about toilet paper earlier.
I was
We
going to
sure
say
did.
my funny story was Rosie pulling the toilet paper like it's the Wheel of Fortune. Kids, they don't know.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember how many times did your children plug up the toilet by using too much toilet paper?
I
That's why we
don't
own-
have enough paper.
That's why
You guys,
Oh,
we have plungers.
you know what?
Riley
I gotta
used to be so afraid of the toilet. Like,
What?
it's
terrified.
just,
Terrified.
that poor kid. That poor kid. So terrified of
Why?
the toilet.
I don't understand.
I wish I had
Because
audio of
he
it.
overflowed it. He overflowed it one time, and that moment on for years. He would cry when he would have to flush the toilet because he was so afraid it was going to happen again. That poor kid. That poor kid.
That
Explains
is
it all.
horrifying.
He
Yep.
was.
It is a
listen,
horrifying situation.
let me tell you a
yes.
story.
It is when you're
He was in the potty.
Uh-oh.
And our office, when we had our home office, was right next to the potty there. And I was listening, and he's in there going, "Don't go, don't go, don't go." He didn't want to go because he was afraid.
Oh, Margot, I can cut this out if you want.
Oh man, that poor kid in the potty. Ugh.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
horrible. He was
Yeah.
terrified.
Well, I can tell you, Shelley, that your son Jake in the bathroom still to this day. Oh my goodness.
What do you mean, Margot? Please explain.
Let me tell you about the
maybe
toilet
don't.
paper at the office. Listen, Grandpa said
Oh,
he wraps
I
it
know.
up around up to his elbow.
Yeah, okay. Child number 2 has some problems.
He has some
When he-
idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
when he made
Particularities? Oh.
listen, when he made contact with our chemical people, he wanted to know how he could get toilet paper. They said they had 2 trucks coming in, but it was sold, but they'd put some aside for him.
He needs a pallet
Unbelievable.
for sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
My boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the
Well,
same
I
time, this same child can work for your company and be knee deep in that stuff, fixing somebody's plumbing. Okay, what in the world?
I
Right?
don't know.
Right? He can be like, guess what splashed me in my face today?
Mhm.
Oh,
But don't
Yeah,
let me
he's
touch
come
my
along.
own.
I think he's come a long way. I think. Oh man.
But
I raised
okay,
3 boys and a girl. Trust me, I know all about toilets and stuff. Okay.
so we've all had that moment where we've stood there as a child, you hopefully only as a child, well, maybe as adults, and flushed that toilet and watched it rise, and went, oh, flush,
I don't
not flushing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Oh,
right. Shelley
I've got
doesn't.
Whatever do you mean?
I could tell you stories about Shelley.
Careful. Careful.
I
I
know.
have editing rights.
She
do
would go to her
remember-
godmother's
Oh,
house.
I remember going.
She would go to her to Diane's house for a visit for a week. She would not poop till she got home.
No,
She would not. She would not.
No,
Nope.
you don't do that when you're somewhere else. Just like you
You don't
don't
do that,
flatulate
period.
unless you're in the bathroom.
Wait, what? What's that word you're talking about? I've never heard that word before.
That's a new cuss word.
No, Grandma taught us that, didn't she,
Oh.
Shell? You don't flatulate unless you're in the bathroom.
Ladies don't.
No, ladies don't. We don't. Guys are just, Oh, I remember Grandma
They're
telling us that.
They're animals.
Yeah.
We fluff.
Um,
Fluff.
Hey, Mom, I remember Dad saying, that spider is barking.
Yes, we'd be at
I'm
the
like,
kitchen
"What?"
table and you'd go, "There's a spider barking down there." Oh my goodness.
Yeah. St. Paul house. Yep.
I remember in the Maplewood apartment, Mom in the kitchen, and somebody flatulated, and she goes, "Who's shooting ducks?" We're like,
No.
"Ducks?"
No, that's not what I
That was
said.
French Lake because we had
No.
ducks. She said, the ducks are quacking.
Nope. This
But
it was
I was there.
Shelley. Well, she did it before that. It was in Maplewood in that little tiny apartment kitchen
Oh my gosh. She's been blaming the ducks for years.
for years.
I know exactly what I said because I had no idea what it meant.
Hey.
I said, "Who cut the cheese?" And it was serious. We were probably making pizza.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh.
That was the apartment. You are right. Yep.
Oh my goodness
It
sake.
still comes up
And I
once
was-
in a while in my life.
I was
But
10.
Mom, do you remember when we lived in French Lake and we used to raise ducks and geese and chickens and all that, and they started out in the little bathroom right off the kitchen, off the entry.
Yes.
And
that was the
they
laundry
little
room. Thank
ducks,
you.
they go, hey, there was a toilet in there and a sink. They go peep, peep, peep until all of a sudden one day they quack. And I'll just never forget. I think we were heading off to school. We're all in the kitchen and I heard this noise and I looked and Mom goes, the ducks started quacking. Okay, that's not what it was. I felt so silly.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is so good. Oh, my Lanta.
Well,
So-
I think we got to laughing because I have tears running down my face.
We've hit our hour, ladies. Are we going to continue? But I have a joke about coronavirus.
Oh,
Okay.
too soon?
Okay.
We
So,
are in the
prep.
midst of it, though.
so a lady went to the doctor to get an examination, and the doctor said, "Can you touch your toes?" And she said, "Only with my boobs."
That has nothing to do. Okay.
I know you guys are waiting for something else, but last week,
Goodness.
Karen and her sister,
Oh.
Karen, you know, all know who Karen is. God bless her, our other little
Yes.
stepdaughter. She was having a conversation with her sister Kathy, and they were talking about going braless during the coronavirus because you stay home, so why?
No.
Anyway, and Karen said, I haven't seen a
No.
bra in however many days it was. And so I had to get in on that conversation, and I said, I tripped on my tits today. They were gonna die.
And they put their bras on, didn't they?
I doubt it.
And they laughed. I
This
said,
is what
"Karen,
happened."
Don't laugh. I might be hurt. You okay. Phew.
And that's our mother, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I can't wait for my husband to hear this.
He hasn't heard the pet peeves one yet. We're still working on it.
He has not heard the pet peeves one yet.
My
Oh,
husband
my
hasn't listened to
Lanta.
We've
any
almost
of
got
them.
it
my
ready for
goodness.
publication.
We almost have it ready. Yeah, I'll work on that.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have to
Well,
let
my
it,
husband's hours have
migrate.
been cut, so he'll be home after he gets done at 8
Oh, his
tonight.
too?
So,
Okay.
Okay.
mhm.
Okay. Well, yeah. My
So we got
husband,
time.
he's still working so far, but he might be
Oh.
he still goes into the office every day, but right now he's in his office by himself. His roomie hasn't been in. But he did just get all the information and all the login stuff, so he can log in from home. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Please stay home.
Before
if you
we
can.
end,
please,
remember,
please,
I just want to tell everybody to remember to pray for everybody that we know in our
Yes.
circles.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't want to
And
lose anybody.
everybody. How about everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
And our leadership and just
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, we all
Yeah.
know that in
That
this
God-
house, we're Republicans, and my neighbor's a Democrat, and I had a lecture today, just so you know.
Oh, did you?
Well, that's just not, it doesn't matter at this, it doesn't matter. Once somebody's elected, whether you voted for them or not, and you can say they're not your president, but if you stay in this country, yes, they are.
That's right.
And you just gotta pray for them and hope that they make the right decisions. That's just the bottom line. And you
That's
want to
what-
support them.
Yeah.
You want your president, well, no matter who they are, you want them to do well because this affects you and everybody you know in the country.
Yes.
Do it
yes.
for the
It
people.
doesn't matter
It'd
what
be-
what color tie they wear. You just want them to do well for this country.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
all
Do
it
well
does
for our
is
country.
behooves us behooves us. That's a term you should look up, Margot. Behooves us and hurts us when we don't support the elected officials, whether we voted for them or not. It just causes dissension in our country, and right now we really can't have dissension in the country.
No, we
No.
can't.
I feel like there's unity within the people, within the
I agree.
general population, and we just want everyone to be
Mhm.
okay.
I agree.
We do. Yeah.
I have been feeling that, and I've been seeing that, and it's heartwarming to see some of the stories. You guys, I look at Facebook more right now than I have in months because it's not all the negativity. There are a lot of positive things and funny things. Like I had a friend who posted a meme and it said, just think, you think it's sad being home and being made to stay at home? Just imagine somebody else is quarantined with your ex. Okay. Funny, right?
That is
her
funny.
ex's current wife, responded and said she almost blew coffee out her nose. She thought it was that funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Precious.
That's funny.
Absolutely precious.
So behoove is a British verb that means used with or without object. So
I don't
there
get
you
it.
go. Yep.
Help me with
Mhm.
that.
Well, that sure
Interesting.
didn't work in that context.
I know what behoove means, but that description doesn't make any sense to me.
Right?
Okay.
So,
I don't know.
Research that.
I'll have to talk to my friend in the UK whose wife was told she has to stay home and can't leave the place for 3 months
Why?
3 months.
3 months?
because she's at risk. Well, he is too. He can't leave either.
They need some puzzles.
Yeah, I should
I
send
said
him
today-
something. I really should.
Yes,
You
I would take
guys?
puzzles. I would take puzzles. Deliver puzzles. I said to Dad today,
Puzzles.
we
So I
don't
pulled
have
out
any
some-
puzzles,
Mhm.
but we have Legos. We could build something.
There you
No,
go.
I got puzzles.
You need to
I'll
watch
mail you a
Lego
puzzle.
Masters on Hulu and then build with the Legos.
Ooh, I haven't watched that yet. I want to watch it.
It's really good. It's really good. But anyways, I pulled out some of our board games and me and Jason, we've been playing some board games, right? I have kicked his butt at every game.
Ah,
It was
So
nice.
competitive.
Yes, it is. Go, sister.
Mhm. I kicked his
We
butt.
have Pente and Jenga. We'd probably
Mom, you
kill
got
each
more
other.
than that in your living room.
Right. We have Pente and what's that other one?
Cabin?
Mancala. I'm sure there'd be marbles.
Mancala.
Oh, that marble one where you have to move them from spot to spot. I don't
Yep.
like that one. Riker's
Yep.
really good at it. No.
I
That's
haven't played that
Mancala,
since
yeah.
I was a kid. I gotta try that.
Yeah.
Is
But
there a
Brian
way
and
we
I
can
just play. We play Farkle and Yahtzee and
Sparkle?
Gin.
I wonder if we could play Mancala
We have
virtually.
pickup sticks. We could try that.
Oh, I
I'll
have
bet
that
you
too.
can,
That would
Mom.
be fun.
But then he would poke my eyes out.
You have pickup sticks,
We have
right?
everything in that.
And then the game is over.
I can't see.
It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye.
It's all fun
Right.
and games until there's COVID-19.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And then there's just quarantine.
And there's just quarantine.
Last night
Nope.
our internet was crazy internet. Anyway, so we hooked up our DVD and watched a Fred Astaire movie called The Gay Divorcee. Now, I don't think you could even have a title like that
Oh.
today, let alone
No.
all that damn dancing. It was crazy. And I think your father was suggesting I become a divorcee. I don't know.
You've been there. You've done that.
I
don't need to
highly
do
doubt
that
he was
again.
suggesting that, Mom.
No, I
doubt
thought
it.
we were we're on our honeymoon. We're having a honeymoon.
Oh, look at that. You guys having a
Nice.
second honeymoon.
Think about it that way, you guys. You're
Probably
on
getting
your
on each other's
honeymoon.
nerves.
Actually, he's been cooking and everything. It's been great. We're having a good time.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
And we can go for walks here, and there's nobody around
Right.
for miles.
Yep, we have that
You're gonna get
luxury as
eaten
well.
by a bear though.
That's true, Margot.
The bears
I
are
can go for
sleeping.
walks, and there's
The bears will survive.
Are they?
COVID.
You better
or
watch
whatever
your
you
back.
call it.
I don't know.
COVID-19. The bears will survive.
Oh my gosh. So this weekend, I was tired of listening to news and watching whatever drama. So I was watching a documentary called Planet Earth. And the second to last
Oh,
episode
I love that.
was about
Mhm.
Never even
Chernobyl.
I never even saw that.
Okay, so it's on Netflix.
Did you ever watch the HBO special?
I have not.
Chernobyl?
I have not.
Oh,
But
You
now
need to
hang
watch
on.
it, Kelly.
So they were talking about how the jungles are fading and going away because we've, but yet at Chernobyl, it's not habitable for humans for 20,000 years after the disaster. However, the jungles are growing up. It's an amazing sight to see. And the animals are there. And I said to myself, because I was alone, how can it be habitable for animals, but not humans?
Aminos? Okay.
Aminos. It was incredible. That docu-series, I should say, is an incredible series to watch. Planet Earth.
it is. It
Mhm.
is. Planet Earth, yes. It was
Yes.
very popular when both the boys were going through school.
Mhm.
And we have the board game. Well, it's not a board game. It's a video game with a
Okay.
board with it. And it's pretty fun to play. But
Where is Planet Earth on streaming, Kelly?
Netflix.
Did you guys just hear
I
me?
think I've
burp?
been
Well-
watching that.
Nope.
We heard you exclaim that you did.
We heard you blame you
we'll
did.
rewind it and we'll listen for your burp.
Darn right.
Well, I don't know if Chernobyl is livable for animals.
They're
They
living
just
there.
don't know. They are living there, but it is still radioactive and it still is affecting them radioactively.
Uh-oh.
Like you could go there and you could live there for a while and be just fine as long as you're not like by the core and touching all of the radioactive bits that blew out of the core when it blew up. You could live there, but
Mhm.
you will eventually, the radiation will catch up to your body and will do what radiation does.
What
So
is that? What does
Quite
it do?
interesting.
because they don't understand Geiger counters and they don't walk around with it, so they don't know any better.
True story.
Yeah, but yeah, and you can go visit there. You can visit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The path.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Nope, I'm
you
out.
can.
I just got in one of Mom's pet peeves.
What?
I said, yeah, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
I've talked to
Yeah,
several
no.
people about
Margot,
that. They don't even
Mom
know
was
it.
whistling during our test.
They don't even know that happens.
Was she whistling?
She was.
Ugh, that movie we watched last night,
Good thing I
Shelley.
wasn't listening.
That Margot, that first
What?
thing they were doing was whistling, and I said, "Steve, we need to tape this for Margot."
Oh, so mean.
I know, but I want to give you an assignment. I found out that Tim Conway made a 5-episode series back in 1983 called Ace Crawford Private Eye. Then it must have gotten canceled. We have got to watch that.
Okay.
It's only one
That
season.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think it's on YouTube.
I'll find
I
it.
don't know how else you would get it.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a little something before we all say goodbye for us to contemplate as we are quarantined and figuring out what to do with our time. So,
Okay.
has everyone heard of Sir Isaac Newton?
Yes.
Yes.
Apple on the head.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, apple on the head, the gravity, all of those things. Well, back in the 1600s, we had the thing called the Black Plague that happened.
Right.
And the Black Plague killed an estimated 100,000 people in 18 months.
Maybe that's the
So,
one I was
wow.
thinking about.
When the
Okay.
Black Plague started, it was about 1665 to 1666. And they shut down London, like shut it down.
Oh.
And all of the kids that were at school, at college, were sent home. Well, that was Sir Isaac Newton at that time was going to Cambridge University and he was sent home. And while he was in quarantine at his home, he came up with the laws of physics, like what we consider today to be the fundamental parts of our algebra and geometry and all of those things that make me want to throw up a little bit.
Wow.
When he was in quarantine, he came up with that. So while we're all quarantining ourselves, we should all come up with something as great as Sir Isaac Newton's laws of
Wow.
physics.
Challenge
So-
accepted.
Here you go.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Right? Here you
Next episode should be
All
pretty
right.
go. Off
good.
you go. Figure it out.
Off you go.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all Mensa
All right.
members. We're all
Let's see
Mensa
what we
members.
come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it.
Is anybody in this family a member of Mensa?
Uncle Dennis.
I never applied.
Well,
Mhm, mhm.
all right, ladies.
Oh,
guess.
all right. I love you all.
Love you too.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Don't pick your nose. I've heard that. Don't pick it.
Oh, you
All
guys.
right, everybody.
Love you all.
Until next time. Love you.
All right. Good
Bye.
night.